Hello, everyone. This is Michael Atkin, and I'm going to be your professor for CYBR 780 Design and Operations for Cyber-Human Systems. So welcome to the course. This is going to be an asynchronous course, so you can work on it at your own pace. But for this first video, I'd like to just kind of introduce you to the overall topics of the class, and we'll talk about kind of what you'll be doing as far as research, some of the assignments you'll be doing throughout the semester, and then we'll talk specifically about week one. All right, so as you can see, you should see my screen here, and I've logged into Canvas. And so what you're seeing is the instructor view. So let me switch over to the student view real quick here. Okay, so this is what you should see when you go to Canvas and log into your CYBR 780 course. Kind of the way I set it up is the first couple modules here, just some information about me, information about Zoom, some resources as far as IT help, Canvas, FAQs. So if you have any questions on any of that, K-State IT is always, help desk is always available if you're running into any kind of technical issues. But also have a link here to my office Zoom link. So if you need to schedule like a personal one-on-one meeting with me, you can schedule that. So just email me, and then we'll get that set up. And then this is the link that you can use to get to my Zoom office. All right. Before we get down any further into the modules, I'll just go over a couple other things real quick. So take some time to just read through the syllabus. It has my office hours. It has the textbooks that you'll be using. And then also you'll see on here, it's probably a good idea if you don't have one already, since you're a graduate student, is to get a copy of the APA manual, publication manual. You'll be using the 7th edition. So if you don't have that, you might want to get a copy of that. There's lots of used ones out there, pretty inexpensive. And then it just has kind of a list out here of the topics that you'll be doing for the 8-week course. All right. So I'm going to go back to the home page here. A couple other things, important things I wanted to point out. We also have an undergraduate librarian that is also serving as a graduate librarian in this capacity for this course. So Joe Taylor, he has a lot of experience with research. So if you have questions about, when you're researching a topic, looking through databases, looking for certain publications, articles, he's there to help. But what he's done is set up some links here that you can use. Specifically, if we go down here to 780 Research Guide, some links to articles, databases, for specific topics in cyber-human systems. So this will be really good information for you to have. There's also some references and examples of an annotated bibliography, and then a link to APA 7 guide information as well. So that's all good information to have, and you'll have available to you. All right. So week one, the textbooks that you'll be using for this course are free. They're accessed through the K-State libraries, so there's no cost there. The first week, what you're going to be looking at is just kind of a basic introduction to cyber-human systems. One thing that you'll see throughout this course is this abbreviated HITL CPS. Right, and what that means is human-in-the-loop cyber-physical systems. So basically, cyber-human systems. So we're talking about cyber systems that have physical components to them, but there's a human involved in some capacity. So that's what we mean by human-in-the-loop. So you'll see that abbreviated there quite a bit throughout the course. So just get familiar with that. So I'm going to, if you click on this link right here, it's going to take you to, first it'll probably have you enter your K-State EID and password and authorize that. And then once you get past that, it'll take you to this page where you have the textbook. Okay, and so if you click here on continue, it'll give you the text, and you're going to start with the introduction. So let's go back here. So down at the bottom, you can kind of scroll through. There's also a table of contents that you can go to. You're going to read through chapters 1 and 2 this week. Like I said, it's going to give you kind of an introduction, kind of the evolution of cyber physical systems. Has lots of good information about kind of where we've come from as far as the technology and where we're, kind of leading up to where we're at in today's society. Talks about humans as elements of these cyber physical systems. And then in chapter 2, oops, I think I went too far there. Go back here. Chapter 2, it'll talk about the evolution of HITL technology, so human in the loop technologies. Okay, so you're going to read about sensors, Internet of Things. Okay, there's some nice diagrams about kind of how all these systems work, kind of the foundation of the concept of that. So read through that. There's some great information in those 2 chapters. And I'm going to jump back here. The first assignment that you'll be doing for this course is a video reaction. All right. So if you click on that, there's going to be a link to a TED Talk. So there's 3 different TED Talks that you'll watch in this course. The first one is on cognitive systems engineering. So it's a pretty interesting topic. You watch the TED Talk, and then basically what you do is you're going to create a kind of like a reaction video. So same thing, kind of similar to what you might see on YouTube as far as, reaction videos for other topics. Your video needs to be 5 to 10 minutes. It doesn't need to be any longer than 10 minutes. Just explain the overall topic that you just watched for that TED Talk in your own words. And then a couple of pieces that you need to be aware of when you're coming up with the idea for your reaction video. I want you to expand on a specific topic or piece of information that was presented in the TED Talk. And I want you to research that a little bit. So cite 2 articles or web pages or other videos that kind of help expand that discussion. And then the next part is to talk about a specific piece of information or topic in that video that you didn't really disagree with, or maybe wasn't fully explained that well, and just kind of touch on that. And then the last piece is to discuss a possible future research endeavor or a project or topic that you could see expanding on from the TED Talk. Okay, so just make sure that your audio is good, that your video is good. So I do want to see you. So you could use something like Zoom or OBS, any kind of video recording software. And then you can either upload the video file directly into this assignment, as long as it's not real huge. So if it's under 200, 300 megabytes, it's probably okay. Or you can post it to YouTube or any other kind of video sharing format platform that you want, as long as you put the link in there so I can see it. Okay, so that's the first assignment for this week. Now, I do want to talk about some of the other assignments coming up, because this is an 8-week class. It goes by really fast. So next week, you'll have another video reaction presentation. But then the following week is going to be your first research paper. Okay, so you'll have a research paper talking about the evolution of human in the loop cyber physical systems. And then you'll have, we look down here, I'm just going to kind of cover these just so you know. You're also going to have an annotated bibliography that you'll be doing. You'll have one more research paper. And then your final paper for this course is basically a literature review. And you're going to use the same topic that you choose for your annotated bibliography for that research literature review. Okay, so you might want to start thinking about looking at some scholarly articles and looking at different publications for that evolution of human in the loop computing systems for that first research paper. So start working on that now. Don't wait until the last minute to try to put all that together. Now these research papers, they're not super lengthy. It's a reznable amount for you to work on. So one thing you will know in a graduate level course is there's gonna be a little more writing involved, and a little bit more research going out looking for scholarly articles for those different topics. Okay. All right, so that's it for the week 1 introduction. Again, if you have questions, send me an email. We can Zoom if you need to set up a time to Zoom, but Usually I'll respond to email within less than 24 hours. So that's usually the best way to get a hold of me. So until next week, we'll talk to you later. Thanks.